We're finding side lengths in trig problems where the unknown is the denominator. Previously we were looking at cases where the unknown was the numerator. This time we're looking at situations where the unknown is in the denominator, the bottom of the fraction. Are these any different? Well, let's have a look. Here we have a triangle, and this triangle has a given angle, 22.6 degrees. We have a given side, 5 meters, and we have an unknown side which we need to find, which is called C. We have to find which trig ratio to use. So remember, we can use SOHCAHTOA, or some old hippies can't always hide their old age. When we start at the angle, so 22.6 degrees, what do we have labelled in the question? What two sides are involved? Well, an opposite. What else do we have? That one there is a hypotenuse. So which of the three trig ratios involve opposite and hypotenuse? The answer is this one, SOH. So because we have opposite over hypotenuse, we're going to use S, which is sine theta. Sine theta is opposite over hypotenuse, so in this case we've got sine of 22.6 degrees is 5 over C. Now have a look at this. The unknown is on the bottom, it's on the denominator, which is different. So this is something that you'll notice from time to time. What do? Well, if the unknown was on the top, we would just simply multiply by what's on the bottom. We can do that. I'm going to show you two ways. So we'll call this method number 1 if we go down this way, and method number 2 will work over there. So method number 1 is we keep doing what we've been doing previously. Unfortunately, it'll mean 2 steps instead of just 1. So if we multiply by what's on the bottom, which is what we did with the other sorts of questions, we would have C times sine 22.6 degrees. And that would be 5 over C times C, and the C's cancel out on that side, which leaves just 5. We got C times sine 22.6 equals 5. Then we want to get C by itself, so we want to undo the times here to get C by itself. Well, we have to divide by sine 22.6. Remember, sine 22.6 is just a number, so let's do that. So we've got C times sine 22.6 degrees, and we divide that by sine 22.6 degrees. We've got to do that to the right hand side, divide it by sine 22.6 degrees. You can see that we've done the same thing to the left and the right. Alright, which is good. We've got to keep it equal. So what's next? These two cancel out. So we're just left with C over 1, or just C. And 5 over sine 22.5, calculator. So 5 divided by sine 22.6 is 13.0 to 1 decimal place. So that's our answer. The thing about this, of course, is that there were 2 steps as we went down there. That works, but here's something else that you might prefer instead. We can see that we rewrite the left side as sine 22.6 over 1, because anything over 1 remains the same, and the right hand side as before, and you can invert both sides, and that's fine, they're still equal to each other. So invert means to turn upside down, so we use the upside down or the reciprocal of both sides. And now to get C by itself, all we have to do is times by 5, which would be 5 over sine 22.6. Alright, I've just times that side by 5. Can you see that? When you times a fraction by a number, the numerator changes. Alright, so I've times that by 5, and I've got to times the right hand side also by 5. So we would have c over 5 times 5. So I've times both sides by 5, they will cancel out. So we have c is 5 divided by 20 sine 22.6, and that's exactly what we had before. We don't need to get our calculator because we just worked it out here, and it'll also come to the same answer. I don't mind which method you use. There's two options there. It's option 1, option 2. You choose which one you prefer, but you have to work denominator questions differently to numerator questions. Time to have a bash.